Welcome to Smart Remarks, where we welcome our new police overlords.
The only thing we have to fear is fear itself.
So by now you've heard the story of Henry Louis Gates, Jr., the Harvard University professor who was arrested last weekend after police were called to his house responding to a report of two black guys breaking in. Gates was one of those black guys returning home after a trip abroad. He couldn't get his door open. Him and his driver ultimately were trying to open it when the cops showed up and asked him for some ID. Gates subsequently freaked out, accused the cops of being racist, refused to provide the ID, but ultimately did. The ID shows, hey, I live here. This is my house. But that wasn't the end of it, okay? The cops started to leave. Gates was still being verbally abusive, and ultimately the cops arrested him and charged him with disorderly conduct. The charge has since been dropped, and what was a mini controversy exploded into a big deal earlier this week when President Obama addressed it during his press conference on health care, saying that the police acted stupidly. Well, you know our friends on the right. They're always looking for their next chance to be, wait for it, outraged! And so if you followed the story on Drudge over the course of the week, as I did, you got this distinct idea that what they were suggesting was that Gates should have just kowtowed to the cops. Yes, massa, whatever you want, whatever you want.
People thought with the election of Barack Obama, racism is over. I don't think black people thought that, and this proves that. Now,
race plays a role in all this, maybe, although I don't think to the extent Gates seems to think it does. But what we're talking about here is not race. We're talking about rights. Cops face tough decisions every day, and occasionally they're going to make the wrong call. It happens. It doesn't make them racist. But neither does the fact that they've got a badge or a gun automatically make them right either. Yeah, Gates could have diffused the situation by maybe being polite and saying, yeah, officer, here's my ID, please. But Gates is a black man in America, and things are different if you're a black guy in America. When's the last time you were arrested for driving while white, huh? Normally, the right worries a lot about the idea of a police state or police overreaching, but it's as if their hatred of Obama has clouded their judgment. And so it was that you had Boss Rush suggesting this week that, well, we don't know what went on inside the Gates house. Maybe there's a story here that we're not aware of, but just what is it that Rush thinks could have gone on that would have justified the arrest of Gates? Is there an insinuation that Gates assaulted the cops? What if he'd had a gun? God forbid a white guy on his own property should be caught with a gun in such a situation, right? We don't know what went on inside the Gates home, but we do know that whatever happened, it did not rise above the level of a disorderly conduct charge that has since been dismissed. Gates might be completely wrong about his charges of racism, but what I want to know is this. Hey, right-wingers, is it okay for a cop to show up on your doorstep in your house and demand that you show them ID, and if you don't do it, if you get in their face about it, they can arrest you and haul you off to jail? Is that okay? Remember that if the liberal totalitarianism you seem to so fear ever comes to pass.
Where are your badges? Badges? We ain't got no badges. We don't need no badges. I don't have to show you any stinking badges.